Hey everybody, Monty Reed here, just here to encourage you for the new year. Week 2, get started, don't quit. Today is the second week of the rest of your life. Make sure your goals are important. Make sure they matter and make sure they can make a difference. Make sure your goals are actually something you want to achieve, not a goal that someone else gave you the idea to achieve, not a goal that someone else taught or somebody else thought you should do or someone else taught you that you should do. Do what's important to you. Now, if you're in a family business and they rely on you, don't quit. And I want you to get started on your actual dreams now. Get started and don't quit. Write down your dreams and imagine what your life would be like 5 years from now if you actually started on your goals and started achieving them. Imagine everything goes right this next year, and then it goes right for the next 4 years. And 5 years from now, you're living in the right house, driving the right car, taking the correct trips, getting the pay that you deserve. You're actually being able to spend time with your family and friends and do the charity work that's important to you, what matters to you. Get started, don't quit. When I was 5 and 6 years old, I enjoyed a life with chores. We had an allowance that was actually a paycheck. It was dependent on us completing our weekly chores in order to receive the money, and we also had an optional overtime section of the chart that was available anytime. There was a poster in the kitchen. It had our name at the top, the chores listed on the left, and on the far right were the optional extra chores and the amount you would get paid upon completion. At any time, you could sign up for overtime as long as your homework was finished, because it was expected as part of your weekly paycheck that you would do your homework and you would do your schoolwork. We would do our studies and those things that were crucial and important. The basic jobs around the house, the dishes, the laundry, vacuuming, sweeping, cleaning, all those things were normal, expected jobs that had to be completed by everyone. We rotated our responsibilities, and sometimes we could even trade off with each other. Above and beyond that, there were jobs outside of the home. When I was 7, my brother was 9 years old, and he got his own business. It was one of those 1099 contract businesses where he got to deliver the Wednesday newspaper. He owned his own business. It was a paper route. I had to be 9 years old before I could own my own paper route and train for that position of ownership. So I got a job working for my brother. Now, this was a while ago, and he paid me 10 cents per day. Back then, that was a lot of money. He was smart about when he paid me. He paid me at the end of the paper route. When the last paper had been delivered, we were standing across the street from the candy store. Now, I say candy store because when you're 7 years old, every store is a candy store. Safeway candy store, 7-Eleven candy store, etc. This just happened to be a mom and pop grocery, but to me, it was a candy store. At first, I went crazy. A dime bought a lot. There were penny candies, 2-cent candies, and there were actually candies you could get 2 for a penny back then. I feel like I'm watching a sci-fi time travel show when I talk about it. I had to overcome my personal impulse to eat the candy when I realized that there were Pez refills that only cost 2 cents at this candy store. This store was just a mile from the candy store on my own block in my neighborhood, but those Pez refills cost a dime. I realized that instant I could sell them for a nickel and earn 3 cents on each one, as long as I could avoid the temptation to eat the candy. If I could just hold out long enough to make the sale. 10 cents got me 5 of those refills. I sold them for 5 cents each. And that 10-cent investment made me back 25 cents. At age 7 years old, I was too young to venture to the candy store on my own, so I had to patiently wait until the next Wednesday rolled around. I gladly took the job with my brother to deliver those papers, and all I could think about was the candy store utopia at the end. My dime for my brother and 25 cents for my sales got me more candy. I reinvested and continued to sell. By the 3rd week, I was making my own private label. I didn't want the kids to know what the new candy was called, so I put a new label on it. I was able to utilize that lesson many years later in another business where I private labeled some products and made a sale of those products, netted thousands of dollars in income. You know, that could be a business idea for you. You could find a product that has a use that's different than they originally intended it and come up with a whole new marketing campaign and a whole new label. There's a possibility around every corner. You can read more about this story in my book, Get Started, Don't Quit. It's available on Amazon. I want to encourage you to step out and make a difference. Go after your goals. Write down your goals, the ones that are truly important to you. and set aside time every single day to review your goal sheet and take action towards achieving those goals, and you will be a winner this year. You will have a better year. You will choose your own destiny. You will make a difference in the lives of yourself, your family, your children, your children's children, your grandchildren, your cousins, nieces, aunts, uncles, your nephews, nieces. You can make a difference today. Get started, don't quit. This is Monty Reed, encouraging you to get started, don't quit. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.